Hey there, adventurers! Welcome to House Rules, filming today at Adventure Games and Hobby, and today we are talking about
Bum 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 bum.
Kingdomino!
Yay!
Kingdomino is made by Blue Orange Games. They are really well known for doing great family games. They've done the whole Dr. Eureka, Dr. Beaker line. They've got Battle Sheep, which everyone loves. But Kingdomino is their newest game, and it just won Game of the Year in Europe. Really quick and easy. It only takes 15 minutes. It's recommended for ages 8 and up, really accurate. And it's good for 2 to 4 players. We've played with 3. You guys have played with 2. It plays really well at all levels.
Yeah, in Kingdomino, you are a monarch, competing against your other monarchs to build the best 5x5 kingdom that you can. You do this by placing tiles of like next to like, and at the end of 12 rounds, you score versus how many crowns you have on the internet-connected tiles. Pretty simple, pretty great.
You shuffle to start off, and whichever one comes out first. So yellow's going to go first, and so on with picking. The tiles are out in this way, where they're in numerical order. So the first row gets flipped. Whoever is the first selector would decide which one they want. Usually, the higher numbers have crowns on them and are worth more, and the lower numbers are just more less scoreable, more like just plain lands. So the first person who went gets to pick which one they want. Second player who comes out picks. Third, however they want. Once these pieces have been selected, the new tiles get flipped. This player would go and place their tile, and then maybe they just picked that one up, so maybe they want this one, and this, and this, as these get placed. So when you place it on your board, you are placing like type lands with like type lands. The centerpiece of your particular kingdom is a wild, so you can connect whatever you want to that wild piece. But the more pieces that you have connected to the same type of land, the higher you get to multiply based off of the number of crowns. So these fields right now are worth nothing because there's no crown connected to them. But these sheep fields are worth 4 times 3. So they're already pretty worth a lot. Then as you go on, you connect the same type of pieces and build a square as the game progresses. And whenever you're switching out the tiles, you always want to keep them from lowest to highest order because that affects your turn order. Okay. In Kingdomino, you have a competitive tile selection process, which makes for a variable turn order. And then after your particular selection, then you place on your board connecting the different types of lands. So overall, it's really an easy game. We don't feel like there's much that's tricky about it at all. And actually, the rules have like a 1-page, and then it's in a whole lot of languages. Yeah. So, but the only house rule we've come up with is my husband and I played with a 10 by 5 square, so that you could use all of the pieces instead of taking some of the tiles out. So that was pretty fun. This is an appetizer game for sure, or a palate cleanser. So between 2 main course games, if you kind of want to switch and get yourself in a different mindset.
From brain fry to brain
yeah,
fry.
Yes. From zombies to spaceships, we have Kingdomino. But it really is quick and fun and kind of gets your refreshed for a new kind of game. So
Yeah, there's no really analysis paralysis with this game at all.
Right.
So what do you think?
I like it. I'm gonna give it a 3. Surprise, surprise, right? It's average for me, as my 3s always are. I really like it as far as an intro game or getting new players into it. But for myself personally, I didn't find there was enough strategy. I like the kind of random tile placement games a little better. Like Carcassonne, the tiles are all face down. You randomly grab one and then put it anywhere. I can see where in this game, though, it wouldn't really be possible. Your board is so small. You need to be able to have a little bit of choosing, or you're going to have like a really
Not a
oddly laid
square.
out kingdom.
Have a holy kingdom.
Yes. It'll be a swamp in the middle of Times Square, and it'll be awful. So for me, there wasn't quite enough strategy that I like, but I really love that families can play it. Pretty much anyone can pick it up, and it's really fun overall. So I think a solid 3 for me.
Rose?
I give it a 4. I actually really like this game. As we were starting to play, I was like, oh, this is kind of,
Simple.
kiddish, right? It
Yeah.
feels like a child game. And then as you're playing, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get them. I'm like, so there is a little bit of, there's the possibility for a tiny bit of hate drafting, but not a lot. But I really it plays really well. I wanted to keep playing. It feels complete.
It does.
And some short games don't feel complete, but this one really does feel complete when you've finished. Maybe it's because you're making a visual square.
Yeah.
Right.
If
but
you're lucky.
If you're right, there's always one hole. But the pieces are really well made. They're solid, kind of this thick cardboard, so I feel like they're going to stand up to the test of time. And I really I like that this is a game that I feel like I can play with lots of people, right? So it doesn't feel like that box store game. It feels like new, modern gaming, but it's not the play style that Monopoly is, right?
Right.
So it's really I like it a lot, and I'm glad that I've added it into my collection, especially for holidays, right? Like
Yeah.
I think I can play with my niece, or I can play with my grandma, and but I can also smack down my husband if I need to. So.
It really is an intro to gaming. I'm also going to give it a 4 just for that, sake alone, because you can play with all types of people.
Yeah.
Gamers, non-gamers. Gamers might find it a little light. I mean, like you said, there isn't a lot of strategy. There really isn't too much luck to it. But I just love it for that palate cleansing, for that intro to gaming. I mean, this is your stepping stone into the
Right.
bigger world. And there's going to be an expansion coming out. Kingdomino.
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, super excited about that. It's going to take the Kingdomino mechanic and engine and add on a queen, which you'll fight over, some knights, which you'll place on the board for scoring, and they added an extra color shape tile on there, which is red, which you can build buildings on, which will also affect scoring. So it's going to take this one and
Go a step further.
graduate you to level 2.
Closer and closer to those strategy games.
Yeah,
I
We
like
could
it.
graduate to level 3, which would be very in the line would be Carcassonne.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it had more of those strategy things, I'd be more likely to rate it higher. If it, when it has those, I'll probably give it closer to a 4 or 5 rather than a average 3.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when is it coming out?
In Europe, it's coming out in October, and it's kind of estimated for November for the United States to hit the shelves.
Awesome.
So for Christmas.
Christmas. And you can smash the two together. They integrate really well, and instead of playing 2 to 4 players, you can play up to 6 players with
Nice.
the addition.
Nice. Good.
And the boxes, when you set them side by side, make a complete picture. I love that.
Cute.
When the
Awesome.
book series we used to read had all the pictures lined
Yeah.
up on the spines.
Yes. I love
Clever.
that it has those little hidden characters and stuff in it too.
Yeah, the
so
art is freaking
is
adorable.
adorable.
it is cute.
It feels like a complete game, but it's so fast you want to play it 2 or 3 times in a row just because it's so fast and you're like, yes, no, yes. The 2 out of 3 rule applies to this game.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tell us what you think about it down in the comments. If you like what we do and want to see more, give us those thumbs and we will see you next time. Bye!